Depending who you ask, good handling can mean a lot of different things. But a common thread held by many drivers is a feeling of control from behind the wheel. A tire that handles well helps you feel in control of your vehicle rather than simply being along for the ride. More responsive steering and stable handling, along with good dry and wet traction, are characteristics that set high-performance all-season tires apart from those in the standard touring and regular passenger all-season categories. Whether you drive a sporty car and simply want to maintain the nimble handling it came with from the factory, or just enjoy an engaging driving experience in whatever vehicle you drive. Either way, tires from the high-performance all-season category may be the right choice for you. Kumho has just rolled out the new Ecsta PA31, designed to provide high-performance handling in both dry and wet conditions, along with reasonable tread wear and some all-season capability for coping with winter weather. Goodyear has also recently launched the Eagle Sport All-Season in a wide range of sizes for the high-performance all-season category. For comparison, we're testing them with two others from the category, the Sumitomo HTR A P31 and Yokohama AVID ENVigor. To start with, I'm driving in the car with the Goodyear Eagle Sport All-Season tires. And this tire handles well with the quickest steering response of the group. It also has a tight, connected feel in the steering wheel when driving straight ahead, which brings along a feeling of stability and precision. The trade-off for that good handling is a little firmer ride and some additional impact noise. And here on the track, this tire feels responsive and has very good cornering traction. But in the wet, this tire trails the others, struggling somewhat to find traction when driven at the limit. Now I'm driving in the car with the Kumho Ecsta PA31, and this tire has a nice blend here on the road. It's almost as responsive as the Eagle Sport All-Season, feeling very stable and controlled. The ride comfort is almost as good as the best in the test too, while also producing less impact noise. And here on the track in dry conditions, the Ecsta PA31 feels predictable and reasonably controlled during abrupt maneuvers. And in the wet, this tire leads the group with good grip and stable handling. Now I'm driving on the Sumitomo HTR A PA31, and this tire provides adequate handling, but the steering feel just isn't quite as precise as the others. The ride quality is reasonably good, and the tread and impact noise levels are moderate. In dry conditions on our track, this tire feels the most composed and stable, with good traction and capable braking. And in the wet, the handling is okay with no sudden surprises, but this tire lacks the ultimate traction of the best in the test. Now I'm driving on the Yokohama AVID ENVigor. And this tire handles well enough, but it doesn't have the responsiveness or tight on-center feel of the Goodyear and Kumho tires. What it does do best is soften the hits and absorb the sharper edges of the variety of imperfections along our test route. But in the relative quiet of our test car, this tire produces some booming sounds when hitting the larger bumps that can give the impression that the ride is firmer than it actually is. Here on our track in dry conditions, this tire doesn't have the handling precision or the overall traction of the others, but it's still able to get around our test track pretty quickly. And in the wet, this tire hangs on with good cornering traction, but without the responsiveness of the Ecsta PA31. Tires are the only part of your vehicle that touches the road and are responsible for converting your inputs and the vehicle's capabilities into action. That makes tires from the high-performance all-season category a good choice for drivers who want good handling and a feeling of control. The Kumho Ecsta PA31 is a good example of a modern design in the high-performance all-season category, providing a nice blend of road manners and good handling. We're hopeful that its somewhat aggressive-looking tread pattern will aid snow traction when we test it in the coming winter season. The Yokohama AVID ENVigor continues to demonstrate it has adequate handling for the category and a relatively smooth ride along with good wet traction. The Sumitomo HTR A P01 drives well enough and when pressed hard in dry conditions delivers good handling, but falls a little short when it comes to wet traction. The Goodyear Eagle Sport All-Season offers sporty handling on the road, but doesn't have the wet traction to come close to the best. As we compare tires side by side, we find each has its own personality. It's not as simple as choosing between good and bad. So as you view our test results, it's important to focus on your priorities and what fits best with how, where, and what you drive. And be sure to go to TireRack.com for our complete test report and to learn more about the tires featured in this test.